At the time of the Mahabharata, there was a great martial arts master called Dronacharya. Dronacharya was the finest warrior, the finest archer, and he was the sensei, or the martial arts master, to all of the royal princes. So, like Arjuna, who later became famous in the Bhagavad Gita, was one of his disciples. In the area where Dronacharya lived, there was also a tribal boy named Eklavya. In Eklavya, he was very poor, he was of a very low caste, and just lived in a hut with his family, kind of nearby where Dronacharya's ashram was. And he knew of Dronacharya, and he also had a great love for martial arts. And so he approached Dronacharya and asked if he could become his disciple and learn the martial arts from him. And Dronacharya rejected him because of his caste, because he already had an arrangement to only instruct these royal princes, these royal warriors. So Eklavya didn't really take that no for an answer, but respectfully he went away, and he went back to his hut and took some earth, and he made a statue of Dronacharya. And every day he would go and he would worship this statue, and then he would sit in front of the statue and meditate. And in meditation, Eklavya was able to learn all of Dronacharya's teachings. Drona taught these royal princes all of his tricks, all of his fighting methods, and especially all of his archery teachings, except for one. There was one shot that he didn't teach any of the princes, and it was a shot where he could shoot an arrow at a running dog and weave the arrow between the dog's teeth without hurting the dog. That was the one thing that he never taught anyone. But Eklavya learned it in meditation. And so one day, Drona was there in the field with the princes, teaching them, and he, to his astonishment, sees this dog running through the field with an arrow, a crude arrow, woven between his teeth. And he thought, what is going on here? Who did that? I didn't teach that to anyone. And he got the princes to go and investigate, and they found this boy. And he said, yes, I did it. And the princes asked him, well, how did you learn it? He said, I learned it from Drona. Dronacharya is my master. And they said, well, that's impossible. And they grabbed this boy and they hauled him back to Dronacharya and threw him down. And Eklavya just bowed down in front of Dronacharya and said, Master. And Drona said, what is this that I hear? You say that I'm your master. I rejected you months ago. I can't teach a boy like you. And he said, you've taught me everything, Master. And he had him demonstrate, and he showed him that he knew everything. He did all the shots, including the weaving the arrow through the dog's teeth shot. And Drona understood what had happened, that he had gotten all these teachings in a subtle form. So then Drona said, well, very well, if I'm your guru, you have to pay me. You have to give me some dakshina. And Eklavya said, very well, I'm very poor, but I'll give you whatever you ask. And so Drona asked, give me your thumb. Eklavya cut off his thumb and gave it to Drona. And so he could never again be the greatest archer in the land. That wasn't his dharma. But he would always be the greatest disciple.